Good morning and welcome to the morning drive with the Undertaker. Come on in, come on in. Let everyone know it is time for the morning drive with the Undertaker. Hit that share button, hit that text button, call somebody, let them know it's that time. We have some news you can use this morning. Come on in, we'll give you a few seconds to join us this morning. And we have some great news for you. We have some travel news for you. We have some world news for you, as well as some national news. Come on in and join us this morning for the morning drive with the Undertaker. Good morning, Kevin Haynes. Good to see you, my brother. I see you up and at it early this morning. Good to see that you can join us. Come on in. Let's give them a few more seconds. Come on in and join us this morning. Come on in. Where is my Marlonda Taylor? Is she up already? She know it's time for the morning drive with the Undertaker. All right, what's happening around the world? Well, it's 74 degrees in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. Beautiful day. We're hoping for no rain today, right? That's the goal. No rain today and hopefully no rain on tomorrow. But it's still a little cloudy out there. Let's give them a few more seconds. Come on in. Everybody join us today for the morning drive. There go my girl. Where are you, Marlonda? Let's see what happens. It says connecting. There she is. Hey, Marlonda.
Let's go, Mavericks.
Now, Marlonda,
morning.
was it just me? I could not see the Mavericks last night.
No, I had to watch it. I had to stream it through another service or something that my husband has. So,
okay.
Yeah, it was amazing.
So I went out on, every channel I could look on. I look on the NBA channel, all the local channels.
Uh-huh.
And actually, one of them said we were blocked from the game. So you think that was the case?
I think it was. I saw a lot of people said that they couldn't access it either. So I was kind of watching it through another, I don't know what we have at home, but okay. I was able to kind of catch it. But then I went back this morning and watched some film. Amazing.
All right. So we know the Mavericks won, of course.
Yes.
It was a great game is what I've heard, since I didn't get to actually watch it. I just had to read about it this morning. But I was excited. I see A.B. Holt out there. I was excited that the Mavericks are now 2-0 in this series. That's just really amazing to me.
Yes, sir. Hey, A.B., Mr. Beckwith, when I tell you last night, I was up to like 2:30 this morning just watching film. That's just how crazy it was. Dirk was at the game last night. Patrick Mahomes was at the game last night. It was amazing.
So they didn't have a lot of fans, though, right? They had about 5,000, 6,000 fans?
Yeah, about that much. It wasn't a lot of people.
Okay, now we're back in Dallas. Is that correct? On Friday, right?
Back in Dallas on Friday. All and right. I hope you and Miss Jackie going to the game.
If we haven't even discussed it. Good morning, Sandy. I see you out there. I hope Mom is doing well and brother is doing well. Yeah, we haven't discussed it yet, but yeah, that's the plan. That's the plan. I need to go out to a Maverick game. I'm a big fan, so we can come back and report how well they did.
Yes.
So Luka had a great game. A great game.
Did.
Unbelievable. But also their two stars had great games as well.
Sure.
Even on a losing effort, Leonard put up 41 on us. That was just really
Leonard
amazing. But even with their two stars having great games, Mavericks is still the winner at the end of the day.
Yes, and Luka dunked on, I think his name was Morris Jr.
And Luka's not really known for his dunking. He's a shooter. He's a slasher. That's not really his thing. So, I was kind of shocked.
But it was last night with them hot sauce shoes he had on last night.
Right.
He was killing him. Hardaway. They did work.
Everybody had a great game. We got to be excited about these Mavericks now. To be honest with you, I didn't think they would go in there and just get a 2-0 on them. I really didn't. Which kind of scares me because I don't know if Dallas, I hope we're strong enough to sweep them. We have 2 home games. We could, win this thing at home.
I hope so.
Yeah, I think we can. And on a couple of more notes out there on some world news, Cuba. We always talking about our traveling, right?
Hmm.
And I've had the opportunity to actually visit Cuba back in the day when we wasn't supposed to. We had to go through Mexico to get our passes to get over there, but we ended up in Cuba. Beautiful place. But now they're saying Cuba is back on the list because Cuba would not work with us on terrorists. They're saying Cuba refused to work with the United States when it comes to fighting terrorism. We've always had that problem with Cuba in the past, all the way back to John F. Kennedy.
Right.
Back with the Cuban Missile Crisis, and now they're saying that is back the situation again. Is that Cuba is back on the list that will not help us fight terrorists? What do you think about Cuba?
Mr. Beckwith, I really don't know if that relationship will ever, come, you know, full circle. Will we ever? I think every administration will always have an issue, or there's just a barrier there, and I don't know if we'll see the light at the end of the tunnel anytime soon.
And Cuba's a beautiful place. I mean, we know back in the
Yeah.
50s and before then how Cuba was one of the places you could go and gamble. It was kind of the place for the gangsters to hang out. It'll be nice, and it's so close. I mean, we're talking about 100 miles off the Florida coast, easy to get
Right.
to, beautiful place, beautiful people. So I'm hoping we can get that thing worked out with
Worked
Cuba.
out. Yeah.
So a lot of people are going to be traveling. They're telling us that everybody is still traveling. Everybody's looking forward to this summer vacations, especially with Memorial Day come up. So let's talk about a little travel tips. Southwest Airline stewardess, I guess we're still called stewardess, was attacked. I don't know if you saw that or not. Was actually punched from a flight going to San Diego. Actually had her teeth knocked out.
What?
Yes, by a passenger. It was a lady passenger too. Punched her so hard and attacked her. And they said it was something as simple as put your seatbelt on. That got them into an argument to the point where the lady actually physically attacked the airline stewardess. What do you think about
now, what
this?
You say is how you say it. So unless she had an attitude, that still don't give you a right to punch somebody.
Good to see you, Nicole. Can you put your hands on an airline stewardess? Can you do that?
You shouldn't.
I mean, can you? I mean, that's got to be a serious federal crime. I don't know if that's.
I'm sure it is.
Well, we know it's illegal just to put your hands on anybody, but to do it in the air, and that's a federal crime. That says she was arrested.
Police waiting on you when you get off the flight.
They waited on her. They got hold to her. So I guess we got to kind of remind the people, yes, it is travel time, but that doesn't give us a right to act a fool. It's interesting.
Correct.
They actually keep a tally on how many incidents they have on planes. Within 1 month, from April 8th to May 15th, they talking about over 500. One airline now, just Southwest Airline they said they had unruly passenger. Not to the point where we're just arguing where the police and authorities had to actually get involved. That's a lot of people acting up on an airplane.
I couldn't be a flight attendant. I couldn't do it. Stewardess, flight attendant, whatever you want to call it. I couldn't do it. I just couldn't.
And we know since 9/11, back September 11th in 01, they were given a lot of police power. They basically had to get retrained on how to take care of the people on the plane, to protect the people, that we don't get this situation we had before. So sometimes they can be, they can be put in positions where they're really not trained to handle that. I mean,
sure.
I'm an airline stewardess. Do I have to fight with a passenger? I mean, at what point? And I've flown quite a few times since 9/11, and I guess in any service industry, and I consider the airlines a service industry, everybody's not perfect. They don't always have the best attitudes or whatever the case may be. But does it give you a right? You don't jump on the waiter at the restaurant. You don't act the fool with the the bartender or whatever anywhere else. So we need to be mindful of that as we travel, that we do not
Be on our best behavior.
Come on now. And listen, you know, all these mask mandates, right? We was able to get rid of all our masks in
Yes.
most places, but not airports. So let's go ahead and get
Right.
your head straight for that. If you plan on flying
Yes.
somewhere, you still have to wear your mask in the airport. I think if we're told that now, maybe we won't be fighting later. And still on the airplane. Now, some of us are going to fly.
Correct.
You know, you might want to fly across seas, might want to fly across the country. You may be on a
Right.
4 hour, 5 hour, or longer flight, but they're saying you have to
Right.
wear this mask this entire time
Right.
unless you are eating or actively drinking, that you still have to wear this mask. So help me out with that, Marlonda. Would you take a long flight right now knowing that you have to wear a mask the whole time?
I don't have a problem with it because I don't. First of all, I don't like smelling people, and people sometimes get on planes with some different odors, or that can include loud cologne or anything of that nature. But I don't have
Right,
a
right. You
problem with
still
it.
have that.
I think if
Okay.
you know the rules, and if you don't like the rules, drive. Or figure out
That's
another
interesting.
means of transportation, but follow the rules. So I wouldn't have a problem with it.
Well, they say Memorial Day is going to be something else. They say everybody's planning to be out and about. So if you plan on driving Memorial Day weekend, be careful. They say a lot of people are going to be on the road. I mean, to me, it seems like the traffic is already back since COVID. But they're saying it's going to be
Yes.
a lot worse
Worse.
coming up.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to throw a little
Yes.
Dallas Cowboys in this time around. We're back. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're back on the field. We're excited about Dak. They said he's healthy. He's moving around. They say he looks smooth because now the media Tuesday was able to actually go in and watch him play. But they will not let him play on those 11 on 11 drills. When the offense is playing against the first team defense, they say, hey, we're
Okay.
not taking no chances with Dak getting hurt in practice.
Right.
They let him do them 7 on 7s when he's kind of tossing the ball around.
Right.
But they're saying, no, definitely not. Definitely not. We're going to take any chances with it. Now,
I
listen,
don't
I
blame
leave
them.
this entertainment news up to you now. So anything happening in the entertainment news?
So let me tell you guys in entertainment news, some of you may or may not be fans of soap operas, but I am. I'm a Young and the Restless
So is
girl.
soap opera
Victor,
still showing?
they are still showing. Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay,
sir.
okay, okay.
So I don't know if you remember Thelma Hopkins from Give Me a Break with Nell Carter, and she was also on Family Matters.
Okay.
And so she was a single mom on Family Matters. Well, she's going to make a guest appearance with her son, her TV son that was on Family Matters. So she's just going to make a guest appearance on the Young and the Restless that's been around
Keep going,
for
Marlon. I'm
probably
gonna
close to.
post some notes here. You keep talking to us. Keep talking to us. Tell me what's
Okay,
going on. Go.
not fans of Young and the Restless. Listen, I'm a fan of Young and the Restless. I remember watching soap operas.
I'm back. Go ahead.
All right. Well, I've covered my entertainment news.
So hey, let's keep it going. We talked about a little bit of the Dallas Cowboys, but you got to hear this one. The NFL has actually changed the number rule. So if you if you played a certain position in the NFL, you wore a certain number. So we knew what position you was in according to your number. Well, the NFL has now backed off of that. They're saying, listen, you can wear any number you want at any position, pretty much. So a lot of the kids,
Interesting.
yeah. So in college, you would see these numbers like Deion Sanders wore 21 in
21.
the NFL, but he wore number 2, high school, college. But he wasn't allowed to wear that number in the NFL because of the position he played. Well, the NFL opened that up this year. So Jalen Smith, the linebacker for the Cowboys, wore
Mm-hmm.
number 9 in high school as well as college at Notre Dame. That's Tony Romo number. At practice, guess what he had on? Number 9.
Number 9.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see if they are allowed to wear those numbers. And we say that because Dallas, check this out, does not retire numbers. We don't care how well you do or how many records you break. Dallas Cowboys do not retire numbers. So to
Chief
say
Haynes said
that
that
he's going
Tony
to have
Romo
Tony,
gave him his blessing.
you don't hear me. Tony Romo's number, okay, all right. We don't have a problem with that, maybe. 88 has been going around for a while. You know, we had Michael Irvin and Drew
Michael Irvin.
Pearson and all those greats that wore 88.
88.
Of course, if a good receiver come in like Lamb, we don't mind giving him number 88, right? But check this out. Are we going to give somebody number 12? I mean, Roger Staubach been out for a while now. We don't retire numbers, but no one has wore number 12. He's been gone since 1979. Now they say we don't retire numbers.
Well, that's long enough. That's 41 years. It's time to let it go.
That's interesting. I don't know if somebody's gonna get number 12. Also, you know, Emmitt Smith breaks the NFL all-time rushing, right? No one has worn number 22 in 20 years. You know, Emmitt retired back in 2002. Nobody has worn that number. So they say we don't retire. Let's see if somebody's able to pull those. You know what? Nobody has worn Troy Aikman's number.
Number 8.
He retired. No one has picked it, and that's a pretty popular number. Especially these defensive backs and linebackers stuff. They like those single-digit numbers. So now that the NFL is allowing us to change our numbers, I guess the question on the morning drive with the Undertaker: do you think the Cowboys going to allow that to happen? What do you think?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? And they say we don't retire, but you're saying that in reality you think we really do retire some numbers.
Your BFF, Jerry Jones, will not have it.
He's not going to have it. All right.
No.
Now, you know we love us some Mavericks. Now, we know they pulled it off last night, and we just love them to death. I got that score now, 127 to 121. And Mike, I wasn't going to get off here without telling you Luka put 39 points on him. Tim Hardaway Jr. put 28 points on him. Porzingis put 20 points on us. But that brings up another thing. How much does it cost to get in a club? Well, if you play in the NBA, the cover charge for a Porzingis after that first game was $50,000.
Ooh.
Yeah, you heard that on the morning drive with Undertaker. He went to the club after the party. He said he attended a club on Sunday, the day after the Mavericks game, and the NBA fined him $50,000.
Listen, Saint, stay out the club. Stay out the club, y'all. Stay out the club.
$50,000 fine from going to the club. It was interesting. They tried to compare him to LeBron James. LeBron James had an event, but it was authorized. He said, well, how can you authorize an event? They made everybody show that they either was vaccinated or that they was COVID-free. He was allowed to go to an outdoor event that got pre-approved. So he didn't get a $50,000 fine. But if you just decide you want to go to the club and you play in the NBA,
stay out the club, son. Stay out the club.
$50,000. I got one more minute as we talk a little bit. I got to give you a little world news, a little national. What's happening?
Okay.
Hey, y'all know we mad at Russia. Now, we've been mad at Russia for a minute. We said they did all kind of stuff to us, right? We are going to meet with Russia. Yes, Biden has a meeting with Russia on June 16th.
Yes, he does.
Yes. They're going to get together. Let's see what happens. I mean, we've been mad at Russia for a minute. Even this last incident, we blamed that on Russia. So let's see how they come out. And you know that they're now trying to get these kids vaccinated from age 2 to 11, too. So, you know, we always throw a little COVID news in. So that's going to be coming up. Hopefully by September, we're going to be getting everybody vaccinated. So I'm excited about that, considering 152 people yesterday reported they had COVID in Dallas, and 147 people reported they had COVID in Tarrant County. So I'm excited that we are getting a vaccine for everybody. This is the interesting part. Moderna is now saying these kids, like that 12 to 16 trial they was doing, is 100%. You know, on us it's only 95. They're saying, hey, you give it to a kid that's 12 and 18, 100%. 100%.
Wow.
Everything they have tested at this vaccine, it works. Bottom line, period.
Okay.
So let's get everybody vaccinated. Let's stay safe. And
thank
you all so much for joining us this morning on the Morning Drive. See you in the morning.